I'm the California State Printer. A little bit about Office of State Publishing. If you don't know that much about us, we've been around for 166 years, and we're more than just ink on paper, and we're constantly in change. As information is distributed in different ways today, we too have to change. So when we look at strategic goals, it tees into where we're going and where we're meeting our customer needs. And so the first phase of that deals with some of the things that we do. Believe it or not, other than just printing, the legislative printing and all the other publications for the state, we also do other things. We do records management, we do fulfillment, and we have a little messenger service also. And just to give you a quick statistics, we do over 26 million pounds of paper a year. Of that, about 16 million pounds of that is on recycled product. We use about 750,000 pounds of black ink, so we're still ink on paper. And we produce 85 million envelopes, and we recycle ourselves about 5.5 million pounds of paper annually. In our State Record Center, which is what we're going to talk about in terms of our first strategic goal, we store over 2 trillion sheets of documents of paper in about a 275,000 square foot office complex or warehouse complex. What we've identified is that we're not unique. There are many state agencies throughout the state that have lots and lots of file cabinets and boxes of paper documents. We need to move that into the new future world of digital storage. To do that, our first phase is to implement a scanning program in coordination with or collaboration with some folks that are stakeholders at the State Record Center to start, and other programs within DGS. And we hope to expand this service as we go forward so that we're not storing all of these paper documents. And that also equates to office space. The more that we can eliminate the storage of paper documents, the smaller the space that's needed and the less the state has to pay. And that's a savings to our stakeholders and to our citizens. So that's the first phase. We hope to get this really going. We're already started on it. The second is a collaboration with our stakeholders. We listen to our various number of agencies and customers that we work with, and we want to meet with them more regularly to understand what their future looks like. How can we meet that? Because we want to be there to be a support to them and to help them as we go forward. The third is that we're stretching ourselves as we modernize the printing facility, and we green it by going more digital and less of the old traditional process. We have found that we have more efficiencies, that we can do more items quickly with a very green environment using the digital printing process. So we are finding that we have excess capacity, and with that we would like to bring back in some of the work that we exempt, and also to reach out to other state agencies such as universities, cities, and counties, where we've identified a lot of work that we could possibly do here for them at a much more efficient and hopefully a very cost savings method. And the last phase, which is really something we've been working on for many years, if you're familiar with our building that was built in the 1950s with 1940 design, we've really been needing to move out of our plan at 7th and Richards. And it was designed at a time to house 1,000 employees doing textbooks and other types of things. And what we've defined is that we can shrink that to 50% of that space, and we're hopeful that we can, by the end of 2016, and there's a lot of work on this, and the director has really pushed us to get this done, is that the end of 2016 we have gone out and solicited a new building and maybe even started the moving process. And that will be a really, really huge goal, and it will bring on additional efficiencies because we know that if we get into a new building, just the energy savings alone will pay for that new building.